I'm here with Anthony Meindl, award-winning writer, director, producer, actor, and teacher.
And lover.
And lover. All that good stuff. You can go to anthonymeindl.com or YouTube/Anthony Meindl.
Yes.
Which you can see right here. To look at the Anthony Meindl Actor Workshop, which is amazing. Actors Workshop. There are thousands of us actors here. So there's one in LA, New York, London,
Sydney, and Vancouver.
So we're here in LA. And we're here to
this
talk
about...
about...
This is where the mothership is.
Yes. Today we're going to talk about letting our freak flag fly.
Yes. I'm getting ready. My next book is coming out next year.
Yes.
And
these
that's
are
a
the
good
first
plug.
two that you can
My next book has, I mean, in this book too, I also talk about you have to be in a
Yeah.
And so a lot of the work that I do with people is get them out of their left brain, which is the analytical, cerebral, cognitive, judgmental part of ourselves that has this ongoing dialogue that prevents us actually from being in our freaky deaky part.
Yeah.
The part that's just like the F it. I was watching CBS News and they talk about the spotlight effect. Research shows that people are not thinking about us nearly as much as we think they are.
True.
They just aren't. Like, so we're out in the world thinking that people are noticing us. They're not. So that's really, to me, really healthy to know that when you go into an audition or you're on the job, or we get so micromanaged in our own mind about everybody is observing us. Nobody is. They're often just observing us through their own prism of how would they do it, or what are they worried about, or what's next.
What are they thinking of me? Yes.
So that's all about letting your freak flag fly, or being in the pocket. Stop worrying about what other people think and just do it your way. And then those people that like you will respond, and those people that don't, you're never going to win them over anyway.
Right.
Right?
It's a lot of energy. It's a great Mark Twain quote. I'm going to bastardize it here, but it's something about don't worry about what other people think of you, because most likely they're not.
They're not, yeah. Well, Eleanor Roosevelt has a quote about that too, which is, look, we could just spend the whole day quoting. Let's do it. Well, this is one of my favorite quotes. Eleanor Roosevelt says that you wouldn't worry so much about what other people think about you if you realized how seldom they do.
Yes.
Damn. And scene. We pretty much covered it. You just got to get out of your own way by being a and just do it. There you go. It's so easy. Acting is so much easier than we're taught. It's just this, really. It's just listening and talking. But then all of a sudden, the cameras get put on and we start acting.
Yes. Yes. So then what does that mean in terms of character? Like if you have to play a character you feel is really difficult.
Good segue. I get asked that a lot. Actually, I think I address it in both of these books.
Excellent.
I'm really inspired by science. So a lot of my work comes from science. To me, what's exciting about science is that it's empirical at one level, but also we're living in an age of, I think, consciousness and spiritual insight that to me is on the same parallel track as science. So for me, the thing about character work that one of my heroes, Malcolm Gladwell, talks about, that he's a social researcher, right? And he talks the tipping point, the outliers, right? Blink. And he talks about, scientifically it's been proven that character is evoked out of context, partly, out of context and circumstances. So we find, so right now we are in this context of an interview and it's evoking my character. But that's not who I am when I'm like on the lover, or on the dance floor or whatever. You know what I mean? Those are evoking different parts of me. So if the actor trusts that through listening and being somewhere, that those circumstances are going to tweak and evoke and engender parts of these characters in you, they will. That also requires you to let go of control, which is then what he talks about, which is most human beings do feel like they're the same character all the time because they're really great at controlling. So that's then the two insights, is that if you let the circumstances evoke your shit, whilst also not controlling it, then it becomes like, divine. I mean, sometimes people could say, well, how could I play that character if I don't allow myself to do that? And my thing is as you progress in the work, or you're exploring characters that feel diametrically opposed to you, you just have to start to look at how in your own life, the reason why you don't access those things is because you have a set repertoire of responding. That's a good word, repertoire. Of responding to things in a way that is a default for you. So you feel safe. If you don't want to get angry, you shut anger down because that's safe for you. Whereas somebody else could be overly aggro because they don't want to deal with vulnerability. So then you start to be a detective, and then you're like, oh God, it's really, listen, my whole thing is it's all about you all the time. right? Not selfishly, but like where in life are you never not going to be in the equation?
Right.
So it's not the character as much as it is you through this character. About ready to cry, gonna hold it together. People know that I do cry a lot. I get very...
Don't shut yourself down, Tony. Don't shut yourself down.
Well, I mean, I
permission.
really don't, but I mean, now it's gone. It's gone. It's dry. It's like the desert. It's like the drought that we're in right now. I think that this is what all great acting is supposed to be about. I just think sometimes we get caught up in the things we've been taught.
I think it's what all great living is about. We're in a society right now that is so separate. We really separate our head from our feelings. Like you talk about dropping into the voice, and it's the same thing with accents, you know, or like fry. So glottal fry.
I'm in a vocal fry.
Right.
And it's like scraping the bottom.
Yeah.
It's become a phenomenon.
So you can't say, I'm so excited about that, and be in vocal fry at all.
Yeah, of course.
You can't.
Yeah.
Because that melody is where our emotions
You're not having feelings.
No,
You're not having your feelings. This is really upsetting. I didn't get my latte the way they wanted me to make it.
Right.
Like, I asked for 160 degrees.
It's 172.
I'm really upset.
Scalding.
Let's go shopping.
Right now. Okay. Well, getting back to the freak flag for a moment.
Yes.
What would you say, what are your thoughts for actors
Just like
who...
hoisting up the flag.
Yes, actors who want to get their work out there and just don't know where to start.
I work with a lot of people who are in different platforms, right? So some are doing traditional TV work or big blockbuster movies, franchises, but then I also have people who are like huge Vine stars. And I think, to me, again, what's exciting is I think the business is being democratized, and so there's so many different ways to create. I think the problem that actors or creators have is that you're judging it rather than just doing it. The real reason why we want to do it is to create. You just feel the fear and do it anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really it. You just have to do it. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. P-E-A-G-G-R-E-S-S-I-V-E. B. You failed spelling. Aggressive. Be aggressive. That's okay.
B-E-A-G-G-R-E-S-S-I-V-E.
She's an amazing comedian, but
she has
really
rhythm, and Tony needs to work on that.
is spelling challenge. We're actually
clashing freak flags. It's okay.
That's true. That's true.
We love each other still. You can check out the second half of this interview on Tony's channel and youtube.com/Anthony Meindl. Get it here.
Ding.
Check him out on Instagram. Check out these amazing books.
Oh, thank you.
Twitter and YouTube.
Shall we say adieu with our vocal fry?
Okay.
Yeah.
Adieu.
Bye. Adieu, the French way.
Bye. Adieu.